great fallacies where religion is concerned, usually maintained by those secular progressives who think they're above it all, who like to drive around with coexist bumper stickers on the back bumper of their cars, will maintain that religion is only there to make the world a better place, and that Jesus was just a good teacher, like Muhammad or the Buddha. He wasn't the Messiah, but he was just a good teacher. C.S. Lewis has very little patience with attitudes such as that. Because when you look at what Jesus said, and especially in the Gospel of John, the things he said were so outlandish that it's beyond someone simply being a good teacher. Aristotle was a good teacher. Even the Buddha was a good teacher. But Jesus, especially in the Gospel of John, made outlandish claims. I am the bread of life. Eat my flesh and drink my blood. If you've seen me, you've seen the Father. I am the light of the world. I have seen Abraham, and Abraham saw me and saw my day. And the conclusions that can be drawn from that is not that Jesus is a good teacher. Good teachers teach things. They don't make outlandish claims like, I am the Son of God. I am the way, the truth, and the life. I am the resurrection and the life. So the only real conclusions you can draw from this, according to C.S. Lewis, is that he was crazy. The kind of person who should be put in an asylum along with all the other people who think they're Napoleon or God. He was possessed by the devil, drawing people astray with such outlandish claims that they so naively follow. Or that he is what he claims to be. There really is no other option. He's either possessed and demonic, crazy, or he is, in fact, the Son of God, the light of the world, the bread of life, the way, the truth, and the life, and so on and so forth. And if that is the case, then religion, or at least Christianity, I can't speak for any other religion, is not simply there to make the world a better place, but is there to manifest more and more the fact that God has visited the world and sanctified it, and continues to sanctify it and make it holy. And those who think it is merely there to make the world a better place, which is an understatement at the very least, are simply rejecting that idea that God has visited creation, God has redeemed creation, and God continues to redeem and sanctify a creation in which God continues to live. There is no other conclusion. And we have that conflict in today's gospel just on the subject of Abraham. What did the disciples say? Now we know you must be possessed. Okay, there's one conclusion that C.S. Lewis says they must draw. In another place they said, now we know you are insane. Okay, there's the other conclusion that C.S. Lewis draws. But the conclusion that the disciples ultimately make, we have come to believe that you are the Messiah, the Son of God, who's come into the world. So the next time you hear someone say, oh, well, religion's just there to make the world a better place, just nod your head and say, well, I hope so. Sanctification in the presence of God in this world certainly does make it a better place, but that's kind of putting it mildly, don't you think? Or the next time they say, oh, I believe in Jesus, but I believe he was just a good teacher. Tell them, well, here's a straitjacket. Why don't you go to join him in the asylum along with the rest of the people who perhaps are good teachers and say, well, I'm the Son of God. Drink my blood. I am the light of the world. After they do a bit of a double take and not exactly sure what you mean, make that distinction. A good distinction that helps bring down the debate to something very simple. Jesus was more than a good teacher. If he was just a good teacher, then he was either possessed by the devil trying to lead us astray, crazy and should be put in asylum, or he is who he says he is.